Hey guys, I had a couple questions about the 5.3 section. So I wanted to go over a couple of questions with you guys just to kind of share, because I'm sure if one student's having questions and a lot of you guys are having questions. Let me have this. All right, so here's 5.3. Let's look at the question. A pilot is flying over a straight highway. Your question may be a little bit different just based off the numbers, but it's still, there's several of these questions that are similar in this section. A pilot is flying over a straight highway. He determines the angles of depression to two mileposts, 7.2 miles apart, to be 38 degrees and 43 degrees as shown in figure. All right, so we've got these two posts here, here, and here. These are 7.2 miles apart. And then we have our plane that's flying up of here. And the angle of depression means you're looking down from the plane. This is 38 and this is 43, okay? And the first question is asking you to find the distance of the plane from point A distance, okay? So we're asked to find this. Well, in order to use law of sine, we're gonna have to know a little bit more information about this, okay? We're going to need to know this angle in particular because we know this side, but we're also going to need to know this angle, and we can find that. If you notice here, what do these two lines make? These two lines are parallel to each other, and so what this is called is a transversal here. If you have two lines that are parallel that are cut by a transversal, these angles that form this Z here are called alternate interior angles. Okay, that's a little recap from geometry. So if this is 38, then I know this angle is also going to be 38. Okay, and the same thing for this. If this is 43, then I also know this is going to be 43. And now I have two of my angles, and I know how many degrees make up a triangle, 180 degrees. So what you can do is you take 180 and you subtract that 38 and subtract the 43, and that's going to give you this angle measure, which is 99. Okay. So now I have this angle, I'm trying to find this side, I know this side, I know this angle, so I can use law of sine. So sine of 43 over x is equal to sine of 99 over 7.2. Now, when you plug this in the calculator, you need to make sure you have it on degree mode, okay? So when I enter this in the calculator, you're going to enter 7.2 times sine of 43 equals x times sine of 99. And in order to solve for x, we would have to divide this by sine of 99. Again, I would enter in this part first and then divide it by sine of 99. So 7.2 sine of 43, enter. Now divide it by sine of 99. And you end up with 4.97159679. Now the answer tells your answer should be accurate to two decimal places. It doesn't say round to two decimal places. So when you enter this in the calculator, you need to make sure you enter 4.97, but you could also enter, I believe you could enter the entire answer here. But it may be off a little bit. All right, the next piece we want to do is find the angle of elevation, which just means, find the elevation, which just means that they're asking for the height from here to here. That's what elevation means. The distance from this object to here, okay? And since we just found this 4.97, we're going to be able to use that. So this is 4.97, this is 38, and this is x. So now what we can do is we can use our SOHCAHTOA, since this is a right triangle, which we've learned earlier, to solve this problem. So if we're looking at this angle measure here, we're looking at opposite and hypotenuse, so we can use sine again. So sine of 38 is equal to our opposite over hypotenuse, okay? And to solve, we multiply both sides by that. 4.97 sine 38, and we get 3.0598. I'm not sure where that answer came from, but 3.5. So if you round it up here, this will be 3.06. It depends on, what number you would put here. If you use the regular number, this whole number, which maybe we should try that, 4.971596 times sine of 38. Yeah, it kind of goes up a little bit more to 3.06. So I'll make sure to take a look at the ones you guys missed, or let me know, if one marks you wrong and you're really close, just let me know. Okay. All right, so let's do another question. Let's see, to do question 8. Let's do one like this question. All right. This one's a little bit tricky. So a communications tower is located at the top of the steep hill as shown. The angle of inclination is 71, okay? A guy wire is to be attached at the top of the tower to the ground, and it forms, it's 154 feet downhill from the base of the tower, and the angle formed is 14 degrees. Find the length of the cable required for the guy wire. So we want to find the length of the guy wire. So we want to find this, okay? So the problem with this is we just don't have enough information yet to use law of sines. We would need to know at least a couple more angle measures, right? So what we're going to have to do is we're just going to have to create something here, which would create a parallel line. So let's say we have these two, right? If I know that this angle is 71, okay, so I just formed this, which creates a 90-degree angle, right? So let's just imagine, I'm just going to kind of draw this out. So we have this triangle now. I'm just doing this part of it, okay? This is 90 now, okay? And then I have a little bit here, but we're going to have to find out, okay? This. Now, if you notice here, okay, this angle is 71. So now we can see that we have our alternate interior. So this is going to be 71. So what happens is this entire angle of this triangle, and here's our triangle here, okay? This entire triangle is going to be this whole angle here, the 90 and the 71, if that makes sense, okay? So this is 90 and this part is 71, and that's going to be our whole angle, which makes 90 plus 71 is 161. And we know that this is 14. Okay, so that's the tricky part of this. If you watch the worked example, they do this similar problem, but this is how the only way you're going to be able to do this question was to be able to create a parallel line here or a transversal and have the parallel line and then be able to see, okay, this is alternate interior, so this is 71, this little part of the angle is 71, and we knew that this part was 90. Now, if you add 14 plus 161, that leaves 175. So that leaves this angle right here has to be 5 degrees. And again, we're trying to determine that angle, and we know that this side is 154. So now we can use our law of sines to determine our length here. So if I do sine of 161 over x is going to be equal to, and I know this angle is sine of 5 over 154. Again, you need to have it in degree mode. So I would do 154 times sine of 161. And then I would end up dividing that by sine of 5. And we're left with 575.26322495. So I would say 575.26. Let's see if that's what they got. 575.26 would be the answer on that one. Okay. So those are a couple questions similar to some of these questions. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving break.